Welcome back to another episode of Local Search Tuesdays. This week I've got more awesome tips from experts to share with you. This time from speakers at Brighton SEO. If you've been watching for any bit of time at all, you've seen how I share speaker and expert tips from conferences. If this is your first time watching, welcome. So you're not confused, I basically grab speakers and experts at conferences that I attend and have them share a quick tip, and then I compile all the tips into a video. Then I end up with an episode packed with awesome quick tips from experts at the conference, and it saves me from having to figure out what to talk about this week too, so it saves me a bit of time. This week's episode is awesome for all of you in the US, since I collected tips from some ridiculously smart people who don't make it over to the US as often. So check it out.
So Brighton SEO is the biggest search conference in Europe, but we're really excited to be bringing it to the States. So in November, we're going to San Diego. Should be about 1,000 people coming together to learn about search. We're really excited and hope a few people will be able to join us out there.
One thing that made me more successful is asking questions. And it means asking your clients all the questions all the time. So don't feel like you have to know everything. You feel like you have to find out everything.
Okay, thank you. My advice is to be updated. You know the world is changing, AI is changing everything. So be updated and look how this can enhance your work, the way in which you are working, and how this can give a good push to your business. And enjoy.
The hottest tip that I can think of for everyone in marketing is that there is more to life than just one channel. I caught a disaster before it happened, but not before other disasters happened, because somebody didn't think that there was more to life than SEO traffic. So when you're doing content audits or any kind of audit, remember, there's more to life than just one channel. Look at them all, and you'll be happier for it.
Okay. Hi. Already using SEO. Fortunately, SEO is available in Japan, so it's the second country. So it could be a game changer. So keep an eye how it evolves and what impact it will have on SEO.
My biggest tip was something that everyone in my talk said that really helped them, was looking at aligning your SEO goals with your business goals. So making sure you're speaking to your CEO, your leadership team, and aligning backlinks with what they want to do to grow the company, or with any metrics that you've got, because that way you get really good buy-in from them and get lots of budget too.
My tip to you is to validate, prioritize, and solve the right problem. You will not have the time or the resources to solve everything, so just, do it smartly.
Yeah, so my tip is join all the sprint plannings that you can. Your engineers, your developers, they are doing things on a slightly different way than you. All your SEO tickets are not the only things they have to deal with. So if you join the sprint planning and you know what's going on, it will give you a much better chance for your tickets to get picked up and for all your cool stuff to get done.
My tip for SEO brilliance is to make sure that you are harnessing the full capacity of your SEO team by working collaboratively and intelligently. It's one of the reasons why we put together Wix Studio, which has a great back end for helping your team to get great results. I think there's a lot of people who aren't working across teams, who aren't connecting their PPC team with their SEO team, with their digital PR team, and really unlocking that potential can get you great results for your SEO and for your clients.
So my tip, there's a lot of tools out there, and I think that a lot of the tools are very, very reflective of what's happening out there. They're reporting tools. Try and look at a tool when you're analyzing a tool and see if it's giving you proactive decision-making process that you can control, and not have one that is just telling you stats. It's not just about the stats, it's what you do next that's important.
Check out the new Ahrefs Lang cluster visualization tool in Ahrefs Site Audit. It is really cool. It is a first of its kind report. It shows you every connection and shows you the missing connections. And you get a table view as well that tells you exactly where we saw any issues.
So the digital marketing tip I'll give to search marketers, people who want to do better for their business. I come from the data side, and the number one thing I'd say to remember is to be pragmatic. So many people get obsessed with having the most data or trying to find out to X level of accuracy and end up spending more money doing that than they'll actually ever make from it. So if you can't track everything, do what you can with the data you can track. And once you've done something with that, reinvest and get your data better rather than trying to go for perfect and failing to do anything properly.
Before going to GA4, it's very important that you define what do you want and what do you need to analyze, and then go there and set up it the way that you really need so you can get out the most of it. Enjoy.
You might have heard that AI is coming for our jobs and the content on the web is going to become a dumpster fire. For me, the most important thing is going to be the personality and the personal opinions of the creator of the content, the subject matter expert. So highlight subject matter expertise. The way that I like to do is I work with ghostwriters that interview my subject matter experts, which increases content velocity massively. Something that's also like really easy to do is you can make a little bit of a script for your subject matter experts about the top tips on the article that they have created for you with their ghostwriter, where they speak to the camera just like this and provide users a reason to click or a summary for it. You can reuse that content within your article or use it for content distribution on social media, and it makes the content much more personable, putting the EE in EEAT.
My tip is to use the 5 Ws and the H in order to write much better prompts for AI. I know that we are all making the most out of AI in SEO. The issue is that the quality is sadly bad many times. And it's not the fault of the LLM, it's the fault of how concise we are and how good we are in our prompts, with our prompts. So I highly recommend to use the 5 Ws and the H. I have actually created a resource that is completely free. It's a Google Sheet that generates concise prompts, good prompts, using this methodology. So go ahead, take a look, and start writing better prompts, and you will get better results.
I have a little tip for people doing PR outreach. If you are outreaching to a regional journalist, make sure that in your subject line you include an appropriate reference to that region, be that the state. So like if you're going out to the Texas Chronicle, mention Texas in your subject line. And similarly, if you're doing anything hyperlocal, so like a town or city newspaper, mention that town or city in your subject line to ensure the journalist knows that your press release is relevant, and hopefully that will make it more likely that they open your email.
Traditionally, we have always looked at tier 1 links, like who exactly is linking to us. But you need to go beyond that. You need to actually look at tier 2 and tier 3 and maybe higher than that. Look and see who is not just linking to you, but look at the links from other websites that are linking to the site that then is linking to you. That would be tier 2 links. Once you start to look at that, you can start to see potential problems like potential blog networks, or even on the opposite side, look at find better links that you could get, because those authority links are linking to one site that then is linking to you. You can also get those higher authority links that way.
So the magic tips. There's a few things that are important. We would recommend people to start getting set up on Apple Business Connect, start using the amazing features, start using the showcases, complement your profile, upload a few photos, get started. For those that have an app, you can actually link to your app in the iStore, which is pretty cool. Another tip is if you want to get started, you have a multi-location business, go to our website, gmbapi.com. If you share access with your to a location group, we will give you a fully fledged overview of your multi-location business in 15 minutes, and you can start posting, uploading photos. You can start using reputation management, all for free, without commitment, without uploading a credit card. And the third tip is probably around testing. So do test things. We have a very simple methodology for multi-location testing based on two location groups. You upload a label, test group and control group, and you compare the amount of impressions, the relative share of the impressions for test versus control, which really gives you a good idea whether there is an impact of your latest optimization on the relative share of impressions versus the control group. So it might give you some ammunition. It doesn't mean you can't measure everything. Some things have no impact, but still make sense to do. But it's a nice way to not depend on your gut feeling. Those are my 3 tips. Good luck.
My big tip is to update all of your attributes, as many as you can, on your Google Business Profile, whether it's wheelchair friendly, whether it's booking links, whatever it is, update all of them. It's a huge conversion factor, a huge ranking factor. You will end up thanking me.
Amazing tips, right? That's all the time we've got left for this week's episode. So you know what that means. Put your hand on the screen right here. We totally just high-fived because you learned something awesome. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week for another episode of Local Search Tuesdays.